Hey, I am back. I am going to try and talk myself out of buying some makeup today. So I'm going to talk about a few of the new releases and be very conscious of what I do and don't want. Some of these things I'm going to have to talk myself out of quite a bit, and some things I know I just don't want. So I figured we'd try this, see if you guys enjoy hearing what I think about the latest releases when it comes to makeup products. And yeah, we'll just give it a go. I've just got the time and I thought, well, I might as well talk about it and just give you my opinions on what I think about some of these new releases and what I do and don't want. So I'm just going to the Trend Mood Instagram account and I'm going to kind of just scroll down, and anything that piques or doesn't pique my interest, I'll just talk about that. First thing is the KKW, so Kim Kardashian West bridal collection. Zero interest. One, I have enough neutrals, and two, just no. That's all it is. And that then leads into the Kylie skin. I am 41 years old. She is 21 years old. Kind of got a feeling that our ideas for skincare might be very, very different. And I also don't have billions of dollars to look as flawless as she does. So I'm just going to leave it there and just say no. The Jaclyn Hill. Jaclyn Hill, right at this point today, I think it was, has released her brand. And it's lipsticks. Very, very blingy, pretty looking lipsticks of nudes. I have probably 100 nudes in my collection, and nothing about this says that I need to have them in my life. So I am going to say quite a clear no to this one also. So how are we going? I'm talking myself out of a few products right now, so we're doing okay. Alrighty, let's keep going. Colourpop. I love Colourpop. Okay, so there's been a couple of collections from Colourpop. The first one is the 5th birthday collection, which is the watermelon themed collection. Now, I like it. It's red eyeshadow, and I love red eyeshadow. But because of that, I don't need it. I just don't need it. I don't need to have it in my collection. I've got enough at the moment. And I'm kind of like, there's nothing else really there. I'm like, the lip combos are quite intriguing, but I just went a whole month wearing a different red lipstick every day, so I don't really need them either. So I can quite confidently say, at this point, no. Will I ever say that I never will get it? No. Because sometimes I just get on Colourpop and before I know it, I've filled a cart and I've hit my free international shipping, and I don't know what I've purchased. So I'm like, at this point, no. And then today they dropped their Blue Moon palette, which is obviously a 9-pan of blues. And I can talk myself out of this one too. I might not have been able to a few weeks ago, but I can, because I ordered the Glamonatrix 9 set of blues a couple of weeks ago, and I'm just waiting for them to arrive. I'm just trying to see if I have a picture of them. I will find a picture of them and I will put them up here along with the Colourpop Blue Moon palette. So I'm getting 9 blues coming soon anyway. And so I don't need to have the Blue Moon palette to go along with it. So I'm like, yes, I can talk myself out of that one too. So I'm doing well. I'm talking myself out of a few of these purchases, which is good. That's the whole idea of this, is to talk myself out of it. Okay, the Huda Beauty has just dropped Neon Bomb Obsession, so her little mini 9-pan quad, her little mini 9-pans. Now I have the Ruby Obsessions, red eyeshadows, and you know, I'm like, they're okay. And looking at these, I'm like, is there anything there that I must have? And as I go through it and I'm looking closer at the colours, there's nothing there that screams me. The neon green is kind of, you know, it's a couple of greens and then a whole lot of just shimmers that, no, don't appeal to me. And then the neon orange is pretty cool. I will give that. I do like the look of the neon orange. But could I probably dupe that with my collection? Yes, I could. And then the neon pinks with the purples. Again, not enough to just make me want it. And when we get it in Australia, it does end up being quite expensive. I think these little palettes are around the $50 mark. So I'm kind of like, no. I can talk myself out of that one as well. Natasha Denona has come out with her Sunrise palette, a little mini palette. Again, looking at these, I don't need them. It's another warm palette of, you know, reds and oranges with a couple of like yellowy mustard colours. I can dupe that from my collection. So I'm like, I don't need it. And what I tried of Natasha Denona, I am like, yeah, they're not, it's not, to me, it's not worth the cost of it. I'm not getting something that blows me away so much that I have to go out and purchase it. So I'm kind of like, yeah, I can talk myself out of that one too. So I'm doing pretty good. Ooh, this one. This one I might have to talk myself out of a little bit harder. This is the Secret Palette by Nabla Cosmetics. Now, there's something about those teal greens that are just quite captivating. And I like the colours that have gone with it. There is a lot of neutrals in there, and that's my only, like, I don't really need that. But this palette, it kind of just gets my attention a little bit. I'm kind of looking at it going, yeah, I think I could have that. But it's not saying, get me now, I must have you. So I'm like, that is if I had the money, which I don't, the joys of raising 4 children, I just don't. I have to be much more mindful of my purchases now. I can say, we'll put it in the maybe, but, you know, I have to be feeling good. Then we've got the Ace Beauté Oceanic palette. It is pretty. Blues and greens. So I missed out. I was going to get the Certify palette, Affinity 2 I think it was called, which was blues and greens as well. And I'm like, oh, I didn't get that. And then I'm seeing this one, and it's kind of cool too. But I have heard that their shipping prices are ridiculous. So I haven't ever ordered or used their products, and I'm kind of like, I'm going to talk myself out of that one too. Here's the one that I don't know if I can talk myself out of, and this is the new Anastasia Beverly Hills palette, the one with Alyssa Edwards collaboration. Now, I talked myself out of the Riviera palette. I was quite proud of that, and I went, nope, I don't need it. There was just a little bit too much neutrals, only a couple of pops of colour. And I was like, I don't really need it. And I like Anastasia's eyeshadow formula. And I'm like, and then this one pops out. And I'm like, oh, it's got a yellow. I'm wearing yellow today. And it's got these beautiful royal blue purples. And oh, it just looks nice. So I'm like, that one is a definite maybe. I'll probably be able, It depends what the reviews are like. When I start seeing the reviews and when I start seeing swatches and all of that, I'll be like, no, yes, no, yes. I don't know. That one, it could go either way. The Tarte Pride palette, I don't even know if that's going to come to Australia. I could obviously order it online. But it's just a mini rainbow palette, and I have that. I've got the Zulu by Juvia's Place. I don't need it, so I can skip quite happily over that one. Don't get me wrong, but I'm proud of Tarte for actually starting to get outside of its comfort zone. I'm still trying to convince myself not to buy the, what is it, something of the sea, I'm not sure, the blue glitter one that they had. That one I've seen a few people use and I'm like, it is very pretty. But I'm getting blues. I don't really need it. Stop it. Stop it, Tammy. You don't need it. Huda Beauty has brought out some lipsticks as well. They are the Power Bullets. Love the colours. Don't need them. I just don't need more lipsticks. I've got to keep telling myself that. Don't need them. I've never tried any of her lipsticks, but the colours are beautiful. It's a nice range of colours, so I'm like, don't need it. What else have we got? The Juvia's Place concealers and foundations. I watched Nikki Tutorials do a full face with that the other day. And oh my god, it looks very, very full coverage, and matte, and I know straight away that on my skin, on my aging skin and dry, I'd have to wait to see when someone older uses it that's got a skin type similar to mine, because it looks interesting, but I'm just not willing to fork out the money being unsure if it would work on my skin type, because it reminds me a little bit of the Urban Decay All Nighter, and I bought that thinking it was going to be amazing, and I just looked like dried clay on my face, which is really frustrating because it was really expensive. So I'm like, no. Although I do love the colour range. I think it's amazing how far they go towards the deeper shades. Alrighty, what else have we got here? The Too Faced Shake Your Palm Palms. No. It is a neutral palette that I could easily find in my collection already, so no. See, I'm doing a good job. I'm doing a good job talking myself out of these things. I'm like, yep. Revolution Beauty has brought out a collaboration with Rach Leary. And, again, no. I just, nothing, at this point in time, it just has to just really spark joy in my mind, and this just does not. It doesn't look interesting enough to, I don't want it. I don't need it. No. Alrighty, what else have we got here? Let's have a look at Indie Makeup Spotlight and have a look if there's any indie stuff that I want to get. So I've looking at the Indie Makeup Spotlight, the Davina sets that have been released. So the Willy Wonka one and the Galaxy ones. They're very pretty. Those Galaxy ones hit my deep grungy heart, and they're like, ooh, I kind of like them. So I'm like, and then I don't mind those pastel colours too, because I don't have a lot of pastel colours like that. And I'm like, oh, could I do that? It would be something to consider. If I don't end up getting the Sandra Rose palette, I might end up with this one. And then from Blush Tribe is the Layla palette and the Pastel palette. And both of these are really pretty too. So I don't have anything from Blush Tribe. You know, the Layla palette is very bright, and they seem like all mostly matte shadows. And I'm like, oh, no, that's very similar to a couple of things that I have from Juvia's. But the Pastel Tribe palette, it looks pretty. And so that one's a maybe too. But I think that's kind of about it. I think with the things that have intrigued me or completely bored me with some of the recent releases that have been put out in the world of Instagram in the last week or so. So I think, we've got it down pretty good. I like the ABH palette. The Sandra Rose palette, something's got to happen there for me to want that. And then those Davina ones. You know, that's not too bad. With everything I've talked about today, that's not too bad. And I kind of let myself, you know, one thing kind of a month, one or two things a month. You know, that doesn't stretch the budget to ridiculous levels. But, I don't know. You'll have to tell me what you think. Is there anything that you would get from what I've talked about today? Or have you got any recommendations of any of that? Because a lot of those things I haven't tried the brands before. And that was my goal this year, was to try different brands. So I'm very intrigued what you think. So let me know. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe. I try to upload fairly regularly. I do work full time, so it's hit or miss, but it's usually at least 1 or 2 videos a week. And let me know if you liked this idea of me just sitting down talking about things that I'm interested in the makeup world. And yeah, I'll leave it at that. So as always, remember, be kind, be strong, and be a warrior, and I will see you later. Bye.